Yeah. We met around 3 weeks back, and last time in our first session we discussed how to cultivate cordial, loving Vaishnava relationships and friendships. Today we will discuss on how to tackle distances, inevitable distances in our spiritual lives. You found the last topic relevant? Yes. Cultivating friendships. Do you recollect anything? Some points from the previous session.
When we meet, we should discuss about
That's essence. Let's spiritualize our discussions, then we can spiritualize our relationships. That's essence. Anything else?
I like the one lemon and milk don't go together. It's okay if two devotees cannot get along, but still you can keep a respectful distance, but in your heart you should not hate each other.
Yes, correct. Any other points? Yes, please.
There was a beautiful point you touched upon at the end of the class that we appreciate devotees because of their discussion about Krishna. And it could be anything. It could be pujaari services, it could be shastra or anything else.
We need to appreciate other devotees for their spiritual inclinations and for their love for Krishna more than their external skills which are temporary in nature. So we develop genuine spiritual appreciation for the spiritual qualities of other devotees to the degree we hear Krishna Katha from them. Okay, with this little recap, we'll start the next topic, how to tackle distresses. Especially, we can learn from Brajavasis on how to tackle distresses from their behavior. In Vrindavan, there were so many demons who were attacking the Brajavasis, specifically Krishna. Actually, Krishna appeared on this planet with a background of tragedy. So many of his elder brothers were killed by demonic Kamsa. His parents were in deep distress. They were imprisoned by Kamsa. They were tormented by Kamsa in various ways. And even when Krishna was born, more than the happiness of Krishna's birth, Krishna's parents, Vasudeva and Devaki, were overwhelmed with anxiety. How to protect him? We may lose him, we may miss him. That is their anxiety. So, this is the nature of this material world. Dukkhalaya Vashashvatam. Whatever happiness is there in this world, that is temporary. And it is an abode of miseries. It is an abode of miseries. And even if you find little happiness here and there once in a while, that is also temporary in nature. So, amidst such practice bhakti, when we are constantly being tormented by seven tribulations in this world. That's the subject matter of today's discussion. Even Krishna did not appear on this planet in a very peaceful setting, with a peaceful background. He appeared in an anxious state of existence, and he had to run away from there. His father immediately took Krishna all the way to Gokul and left him there. And his birth has to become secret, hidden. His parents, the identity of his parents were not revealed for more than a decade. That is the nature of this world. It is coming to Vrindavan. After Krishna shifted to Vrindavan, was it peaceful? No. As soon as Kamsa realized that Kamsa tried to kill the baby girl also, Yashoda Mata's child. Then the baby girl became Durga Devi and they were being warning to Kamsa, saying that the child or the Lord who is going to kill you has already appeared elsewhere. Be ready. But chop it off your head. Then Kamsa became anxious. Although he fell at the feet of Devaki and Vasudeva and begged forgiveness for whatever atrocities that he has done, still, uh, Kamsa came back to his palace and he was very, very anxious. All his demonic associates surrounded Kamsa and said that Kamsa, why are you worried? You are worried about the burning of Durga Devi? Don't worry. We will kill all the babies who were born in the last 10 days. And the first attack was on Gokul. The first demon who was employed in this service, glorious service, was Putana Devi. So this Putana went all the way to Gokul. Putana Airlines. You know what is Putana Airlines? You know black magic, right? They just take one little stick, sit on the stick, and the stick will fly like this. Putana Airways. Then she landed in Gokul. She immediately transformed herself into a very beautiful, trustworthy, affectionate, motherly lady. And she entered the inner chambers of Nanda Maharaj's home. Nobody even stopped her. Nobody dared to even. It's a little knowing. Nobody even dared to stop Putana. In fact, everybody trusted her. Everybody thought that she must be a great Apsara or a great goddess who has come here to bless all of us. Maybe she is the goddess of fortune, Lakshmi Devi, who came here to take darshan of Narayana, who is being worshipped in Nanda Maharaj's home. That's the perception that Brajavasis had. And was Putana capable of bewildering the minds of Brajavasis who are the eternal associates of Krishna? No. She's a Rakshasa. She's a witch. How could she have that ability to bewilder the minds of Krishna's eternal associates? The Vrajavasis is difficult. But still, she could manage to do it. That is Krishna's Leela Shakti. Not her own Maya Shakti. It is better. Hare Krishna. It was the Maya Shakti and it was the Leela Shakti of the Lord because of which Putana could bewilder the minds of these great Vrajavasis with their eternal associates of Krishna. So she came to Nanda Maharaj's home. Even Yashoda Mata and Rohini Mata did not doubt Putana's intentions. They trusted her. They felt that it is our child's fortune, newborn baby's fortune, that this special divine lady has come to bless our child. They felt like that. Yeah. Generally, mothers wouldn't allow newborn babies to be touched by strangers. But here the stranger who want not of trust. Krishna's eternal mothers. Putana came, tried to kill Krishna to cut the longs of Krishna. Putana tried to kill Krishna, but she was killed by Krishna. Krishna gave her liberation. Padhyam bhakta atislavhyam padhyam loka banditari gamyasya samakramya bhagavanapi tatstanam yadudhanyapi sasvarga vadanapajanati gati Krishna bhaktasthana kshira kibhugavo matara. Although Putana came with a malicious intention to kill all infant babies in total, still she appeared in the form of a mother, with the attire of a mother, although she did not have the attitude of a mother. She was acting like a mother, so Krishna acknowledged her actions and attire and ignored her attitude and gave her the position of the motherliness, the spiritual birth. That is Krishna's mercy. So we'll discuss about Krishna's mercy a little later. The main thing is, although Krishna shifted from Mathura to Gokul, calamity continued. That's the nature of the story. Brajavasis were encountering so many calamities, so many difficulties in life. As soon as Krishna entered their arena, their village, Krishna came with some calamity. Putana came within 2 days. Putana came. Some say Krishna was just 3 days old at that time. Some say Krishna 6 days. Definitely less than 10 days old. That's clear. Krishna was less than 10 days old So within 10 days of Krishna's appearance, there is such an intense calamity. So much havoc was created in Vrindavan. Every Brajavasi was anxious. Krishna eventually became a 3-month-old baby. Another calamity, Utkacha. His name was Utkacha, demon, just associated from saying the ghost. He entered within the car under which Krishna was sleeping, and his intention was to make the car very heavy and fall on Krishna and destroy Krishna and kill Krishna. According to Krishna, Krishna kicked the car and car overturned, did not fall on himself, but fell somewhere else. And Krishna is safe. But another calamity through this car being. Eventually, Krishna became 1 year old. And a whirlwind demon, Trinavarta, came there. And this Trinavarta took little baby Krishna, 1 year old baby Krishna, 800,000 miles high into the sky to kill him, to eat him. He's a man-eating demon. But Krishna just when you lift little babies in the air, they may be happy sometimes. Sometimes they will be very scared. So Krishna, imitating the behavior of an infant child who's little scared and fearful, so he held on to Trinavarta's neck tightly and strangled him to death. And Trinavarta airplanes crashed. When an airplane takes off from our domestic airport in Mumbai, gate number 23, what is the possibility that it will crash down in the same gate in the same airport? Zero. But Trinavata airplanes took off from Gokul runway and fell right there on the back in the same spot. In fact, the accurate spot. Trinavata airplanes crashed on a big boulder, not on any home, or a koba, or a gopi, or a cow, or a calf, or a goshala, or a home. Right on a boulder, which is right next to all the lamenting gopis, including Mother Yashoda and Draupadi Mata. That's what Krishna Tilashi is. The point here is there is another calamity. Krishna's birth is in the background of calamity. As soon as Krishna entered Gokul, one calamity in the form of Putana. As soon as Krishna became 3 months old, another calamity in the form of Shakatasur. And Krishna's 1 year old baby, another difficulty, another problem, adversity in the form of Trinavarta. And Krishna is looking little more older, and he did some mischief. Yashoda mother tried tie Krishna to a wooden grinding mortar, and Krishna dragged the wooden grinding mortar from its 2 trees, and he uprooted the trees, and from the trees came Nalapur and Manikiriva. But point is calamity. Another adversity. Trees got collapsed without any reason, apparently. Because Krishna pulled them, Krishna uprooted them. But what is the possibility of a 3-year-old boy uprooting such huge tall trees, 100 years old trees? That too, with what kind of tools? With a small insignificant silken rope and little wooden grinding mortar that is used to grind spices. These are the tools. And use a by kid to a 3-year-old kid. And trees got uprooted. So many calamities in Vrindavan. If the trees fell on Krishna or on any Gopa or Gopi or on any other kid, any other cow or car, what would happen? What nothing happened, of course, with Krishna's grace. But calamity was there. So all the Brajavasis had a big meeting. Nanda Maharaj, Upananda, they all had a great meeting. In that meeting, they discussed about the safety of Krishna and Balaram. So many demons were coming and attacking the peace of Vrindavan. Specifically, they are targeting Krishna and Balaram. So we need to do something to protect them. What is that something? Let's relocate. Let's leave Gokul Mahara and go to Vrindavan. So they made a relocation plan. So as soon as they discussed like this, they implemented. They kept their cows and calves and bulls in front. They all loaded their luggage, paraphernalia and bullock carts. In a great procession, they shifted from Gokul Mahara to Vrindavan. By the time Krishna is about 3 years old, 3 is the right age for them to take care of little calves. So Krishna was sent to the forest along with little boys, 3 4 year old boys, with some little calves. Gopashtami. Gopashtami. So Krishna went. As soon as Krishna entered the forest, another demon came in the form of a calf. That is Vatsasura. Vatsasura. So who would doubt the innocent calf? But several of these demons are coming in innocent forms, like calf, crane, uh, a trustworthy motherly lady, or wind, or a Gopa boy. Like there's so many demons are coming in very innocent forms, only to disturb the peace of the devil. I'll come back to this later, but let's analyze this. Vatsasura came in the form of a calf, but Krishna, 3-year-old Krishna, easily notices that this is not our calf. Is this someone else's calf? No, it's not a calf only. It's a demon. So what did Krishna do? He slowly went behind the calf and caught the hind legs of the calf and twirled around and threw him on top of the tree. And calf died because of the bleeding motion made by Krishna. Calf died, and all the little boys got up with the fruits and they enjoyed. After a little while, another demon came, Korean demon, Vakasa, and swallowed Krishna. All the Gopas were excited. Even Balaramji fainted at the protection of Krishna. Balaramji completely knows the powers of Krishna, but still he fainted about his intense Vatsalya affection towards Krishna as an elder brother. So Krishna was caught up in the road of Vakasa, which he stayed there purposely. Meanwhile, even the Devatas became anxious, seeing Krishna in such a trouble. Gopas became anxious, they fainted. Cows and calves became anxious, they fainted. Even the Devatas became anxious. Brahma came with his Brahmadanda, tried to kill Bakasura, but Bakasura was not killed. Shiva came with his Trishul. Shiva somehow managed to cut one wing of Bakasura, but he could not kill Bakasura. He also failed to kill Bakasura. Then Yamaraj came with Yamadanda. Indra came with his thunderbolt weapon. Bhadrakali came with her weapons. Kartikeya came. Varuna came, wind god. And fire god, Agni came. He could not burn Bakasura. Several devatas came. Gargasan released some 13, 14, or 16 devatas who came to attack Bakasura. None of them could kill Bakasura. They all failed. Now that we know the past name, we are very cool and calm. Just imagine yourself in that scene, in that situation. Krishna is not to be seen, 3-year-old boy Krishna, who just began his profession as a government boy, as a Vaishya in Vrindavan. As soon as he entered the forest with the cows, this is what he's facing. He's not visible, he's in the throat of a great demon children. And all the Gopas fainted. Devatas are unable to counteract this Bakasura demon. So now Krishna began his fasting. He increased his heat of the body. So because of this heat emanating from his body, Bakasura just could not contain Krishna in his throat. He spat. So Bakasura opened his beak and Krishna is like a skating. What is that? Please play like this.
Slide.
Slide. He just slided down. And to cut the long story short, he bifurcated the beak of Bakasura and killed Bakasura. Now, if you see Putana, Trinavarta, Shakatasura, Vatsasura, Bakasura, this big Yamarajan at least followed down at least 6 being enumerated. Ahead there are 3 verses calamities. Even if you are a personal associate of Lord Sri Krishna in Vrindavan, living in a dham, you cannot escape calamities. That's the nature of this world. We cannot escape calamities. We cannot escape adversities. Why should you be surprised? There's no surprise. If there is no difficulty in life, then you should be surprised. How can life be so peaceful? There must be some calamity. So calamity is a common theme in Vrindavan, in the material world, even if it's Vrindavan. So all these little Gopas who saw Krishna killing Bakasura, killing Vatsasura, they became so excited that Krishna has come back. They all came back from the forest in the evening time along with their calves. They met their parents, and parents very, very happily hugged the children And the children with great excitement started narrating what all has happened in the past. Then they started narrating how Krishna has killed Bakasura, how Krishna had killed Vatsasura, how they all played Dura throughout the day. In this context, Sukadeva Goswami says, Iti Nandadayo Gopa, Iti Nandadayo Gopa, Krishna Ramakathambuddha, Nandvintam Bhavavedana, Iti Nandadayo Gopa. In this way, Gopa studied by Nanda Maharaj, Nandadayo Gopa, Krishna Ramakathambuddha. Muda means with great happiness. With great happiness, they are discussing Krishna Rama's Katha. Means the pastimes of Lord Krishna and Balaram. The younger Gopas are witnessing Krishna's pastimes throughout the day. They are coming and giving a lecture, seminar, giving a big report of what all they have seen to their parents, elder Gopas. Elder Gopas need somebody is doing Kirtanam, somebody is doing Sarvana. Other time, elders will speak about Krishna, youngers will hear. So like that, there is constant Krishna Katha going on in Vrindavan. The solution, last time we discussed, Prabhu just gave a quick summary. Someone gave here. The essence of the last class is discuss Krishna Katha with other devotees. To develop spiritual friendships and relationships with other devotees, we need to hear Krishna Katha, we need to discuss Krishna Katha, that's the solution. To tackle distresses in this material world also, we have to discuss Krishna Katha. That's what the shloka says. Iti Nandadayo Gopa Krishna Rama Katha Muda. With great happiness, they are discussing the pastimes of Krishna and Balaram. Kurvantora Bhavanascha Navindam Bhavavedana. Because they are discussing about Krishna with great satisfaction, with great enthusiasm and bliss, Navindam Bhavavedana, they did not experience any distress. Distress existed, but they never experienced the distress. See the difference. Somebody slapped. I don't feel the pain. What's the use of slap? It's like that. If a snake bites me, I have no poison injected because the snake has no fangs. What's the use of biting? Similarly, material miseries exist in this world, but they don't affect it. Devotees also face difficulties, tribulations, reversals, calamities in this world, but the difficulties are never affected by those calamities because they are absorbed in Harikatha. Just like a warrior in a big battle, he wears an armor, and the opponent is just throwing so many arrows like this. And the arrows are hitting the warrior, but they are not piercing because he has a very powerful armor. Similarly, we are spiritual warriors. We need to wear this armor of Harikatha, Krishna Katha, so that our consciousness, our heart, our mind will never get affected with the calamities in this material world. We don't get overwhelmed by all the reversals and difficulties in this world. They exist. The report results exist, but they don't affect the devotee. To the degree the devotee is absorbed in spiritual discussions with other devotees. Harikatha. Ekadhiyakudachittanam. Ekadhiyakudachittanam. Mantraspashechaya. Bhavasiddhamyakodrishto. Haricharyanu Ekadhi Atara in this material world, all the conditions also are in deep anxieties. Atara Chittana. By Mantra, Sparsha, Ichaya Muhu. They are constantly endeavoring to bring their senses in contact with the sense objects because of their sense gratificatory attempts. They are exhausted because we cannot sufficiently gratify the senses. In fact, the senses don't have the ability to experience so much of gratification. You may like gulab jamun, but how many gulab jamuns can you eat? 1, 2, 3, 10? Then you'll be exhausted. The ability to experience gratification is very limited for the human senses, especially. How long can we sleep? 6 hours, 7 hours, 10 hours? Not more than that. Bears can sleep months together. How much can we eat? Elephants can eat so much. Even in sense gratification also, animals outsmart human beings. Human beings' ability to experience sense gratification is very limited. Animals have better ability. So, but human being has great appetite to enjoy the senses, even in artificial ways. While animals pursue sense gratification in a natural way, natural instinct they have, human beings want to experience sense gratification in several artificial methods. The eagerness to gratify senses is a lot, but the ability to gratify senses is limited. Because the eagerness is high, ability is less, is constant in anxiety. Actually, sense gratificatory desire creates only anxiety, creates only calamity. We don't understand it. When somebody has a desire to enjoy an essential plane, it's like an itching sensation. Right? Somebody has some infection here, so they scratch like this. They feel some kind of relief. Instead, take out their nails from there, it again starts itching. You feel like scratching even more. They again scratch. Some relief. As soon as you take out your hand again, you feel like you feel like itching. The more you scratch, the more you feel a sense of relief. But simultaneously, what's happening? The wound is increasing. The infection is increasing. Especially if it's contagious, you scratch here, this will come here. You scratch somewhere else, it will go there. Like that, it only expands. Sense gratification is also like that. Once one attempts to gratify one's senses, it will not actually give us relief. It will give us an enthusiasm. It will provoke us with more intensified desire to gratify the senses, but there's no enjoyment. Somebody attempts to enjoy senses. He's not enjoying, but he's left with the desire to enjoy. Maya just increases the hankering to gratify senses, but actually, Maya has no ability to gratify our senses because we are spiritual beings. How can we enjoy a material thing? How can we derive any happiness on the plane of material senses? There is no possibility. But we are constantly pursuing that, therefore, there is calamity, therefore, there is difficulty, therefore, there is anxiety and pain. So, to come out of this pain, we need to realize our spiritual identities. So, here the three Atara Chittana Matra Sparshechaya Mahu. Because the conditioned soul is constantly trying to bring senses in contact with the sense objects, therefore there is anxiety, there is calamity, and the condition of a conditioned soul is like he's drowning in this ocean of material existence. Cannot come out on this. However, expert swimmer one may be, if he's in the middle of the ocean, not knowing what is east, what is west, where is the shore, how can he even come on the shore? He may be an expert swimmer, but how long he will swim? How many kilometers he will swim? What is the depth of the ocean? And anytime a shark can come and swallow him. That is the condition. The only way of his rescue is some ship has to come. And someone in the ship has to extend a help hand and pull him into the ship. And that ship is Haricharyana Varna. We discussed Etadhi Adra Chittana Mantra Sparshechayamahu. Bhavasindhu Plavo Darshno. We are in Bhavasindhu Plava. It's a ship that can help us cross this Bhavasindhu is Plava ship. That ship is Haricharyana Varna. Discussion about Lord Krishna's pastimes. Krishna's Nama Rupa Guna Leela is the solution for all material problems. And that solution is being very effectively applied by all the personalities. Although practically every day, actually 10 kind of Bhagavatam lists only few demons that Krishna killed, about 30 demons, not more than that, 39 like that. But Krishna has killed so many demons in Vrindavan. And the 10 kind of says that practically every day some demon is coming and attacking these little boys who are playing and herding cows in the forest, and that is their lunch break. Till a demon comes and when Krishna kills the demon, the Gopas would be so absorbed in their games that they wouldn't even remember to take lunch also. Lunch break is demon killing. Unless Krishna kills demon, they don't eat lunch also. Every day it's done. Prabhupada writes in the 10th chapter. So, although practically every day some demon or the other is coming and disturbing the peace of Vrindavan, the Grupas are very happy. The Gopis are very happy. Why? They're constantly discussing Krishna Katha. Even a casual conversation between two Gopis or two Gopas in Vrindavan is Krishna Katha. Even gossip in Vrindavan is Harikatha. So, like that, if you can bring in the culture of discussing about Krishna in our private conversations, we can become Krishna conscious, we can increase our friendships, spiritual friendships, and we can be unaffected by calamities. This is not only spoken in the 10th canto of Bhagavad, right at the beginning of Bhagavad, in the second shloka, first is invocation shloka, Janmati Setuanvadaya, Nilkonvya, Itratascha, Desho, Vinasvaraya. Second shloka is the glories of Srimad Bhagavad. There is mentioned. Dharma projita kaita votra dharma vipatsarayam sata Vedyam vastavamantra vastu shivatam Tapatraya moolanam Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, yes, I'll focus on the first half. Tapatraya moolanam. Bhagavatam is Tapatraya moolanam. There are three kinds of reversals and calamities in this world. They are called Tapatrayas. What are they? Adhyatmika, Adibhautika, Adidaiva creations. Miseries caused by our own body and mind. Adhyatmika. Misery caused by other living entities. Mosquitoes will bite us, dogs will bark around when they are sleeping. That is Adibhautika creation. And there are natural calamities, Adidaiva creations. Too much of heat, summer heat. Then after some time, heavy monsoons and very chilly winter. All these are calamities caused by higher powers. Like that, we are constantly being tormented by these three material diseases. But Bhagavatam is Tapatraya Unmulanam. Bhagavatam approves threefold material miseries. That does not mean when we study Srimad Bhagavatam or when we hear Srimad Bhagavatam or when we discuss Krishna Katha, mosquitoes will not bite us. Or scorching sun will not make us sweat. That's not the message there. Or we'll be unaffected by cold, winter cold. We don't need any jackets or we don't need any shawls. That's not the message. They will exist, but they will not affect us. They will not overwhelm us. We will not be so overwhelmed by the existence of the threefold miseries to the degree study Srimad Bhagavatam. We discuss Srimad Bhagavatam with other Vaishnavas, other devotees. So this is a very repeated, recurrent theme in Srimad Bhagavatam that calamities existed even in the lives of several devotees. Distresses are there, existent in the lives of several devotees, but they are unaffected. How many calamities that Pandavas faced? He says, Bhishma says, as soon as he saw Pandavas, Bhishma says, Ahom Kashtava Avadhyayu Yagyu Yam Dharma Dharma Jeevitam Nahata Krishnam Vipra Dharmanchita Ashraya Ahom Kashtvam Ahom Anyaya is injustice, custom is difficult. How many difficulties have we faced? How many injustices have we faced? So let's take a list of difficulties that are faced by the Pandavas. Who gives this list? Kunti Mata gives this list. The first canto of Bhagavatam. She says, Vishal Mahatmeha Purusha Darshana Athat Sabhaya Vanavasa Krishata. Oh, Vrudhe Kabhaya Naskrato Draunyastratascha Smahare Dhirakshita. Vishal Mahatmeha. Visha means poison. When Bhima was a young boy, he was poisoned. Mahatmya, their house was set on fire. They wanted, it's Duryodhana, Vishwasa, Karna, simply these people wanted to burn the Pandavas and Kunti Mata alive. Vishan Mahatmya, Purushadha Darshana, while they were wandering in the forest, they were caught by, they were attacked by man-eating demons like Hidimpas or Bakasura. Purushadha Darshana, Asat Sabhaya. In that bad assembly, this Dushyasan just pulled the hair of Mother Draupadi and tried to insult her. Krishna protected Draupadi. Purushadha Darshana, Rahatsabhaya, Vanavasa Krishna, in Vanavasa, how many difficulties have been faced? Suddenly, Durvasani comes with his thousands of disciples and says, give me prasad. Nothing at their home. Thousands of people, they have to live. Krishna cannot protect it, of course. Like that, Pandavas face unlimited difficulties. Gurudeva, Maharashtra, repeatedly, so many Maharashas are showering their arrows upon Arjun. Arjun was a very younger warrior compared to Bhishma and Drona. Bhishma is very celebrated universal warrior in those times, and Drona is the personal guru of Arjun, and Arjun had to fight with them. Not a small thing. Because Krishna was there, Arjun could be. So, like that, in Pandavas' lives also, there are so many calamities. Pandavas are not ordinary devotees. Darshana, Darshan, Amla, Jayanasana, Bhojanai. They were taking darshan of Krishna every day. Are you meeting Krishna every day? But take darshan of the deities, of course. But they are personally conversing with Krishna. Darshana, Sparsha, they are touching Krishna. Samlapa, they are conversing with Krishna. Shayana, they are sleeping with Krishna. Ashana, they're sitting with Krishna. Bhojane, they're eating with Krishna. All the 6 living exchanges that we discussed in the last class, the Pandavas are having those 6 living exchanges with Krishna. Darshana, Sparsha, Samlapa, Shayanasana, Bhojane. Such intimate associates with Krishna, eternal associates with Krishna, they face so many customs and endeavors. Krishna, Omanyayam, Yaduyam, Dharmanandana. Jeevitam Narada Krishnam, amidst all these great miseries, you don't deserve to live. Nobody would have survived passing through all these calamities, but you survived. Why? Vipra Dharmachula Ashraya. You have taken Ashraya, shelter of Vipra, means devotees. Dharma means Achyuta, Krishna. You have taken shelter of Vipra Dharmachula Ashraya. Therefore, you will survive. After surviving amidst all these difficulties, always take shelter of Krishna. Always take shelter of devotees association. Never leave the process of bhakti. That's the real survival. Amidst all difficulties. You cannot stop difficulties, but you can take shelter of Krishna. In monsoon, you cannot stop rain. Anyone has the ability to stop rain here in monsoon? No. But you can always take an umbrella. Right? Similarly, in this material world, you cannot stop difficulties, but you can take the umbrella, or you can take the shelter of the umbrella of Krishna's lotus feet. Vaishnava Sangha, Srimad Bhagavatam, in the process of Shravana. That's the way of saving ourselves, protecting ourselves from all kinds of calamities. We cannot stop calamities. We can remain unaffected with calamities. Even Pandavas faced, Draupadi faced, Kunti Mata faced. Even Kunti says that Krishna, thank you for giving all these calamities, because that intensified my dependence on you. That increased my remembrance of you. Therefore, I am grateful for this calamities. Now we are discussing very highly. She said, Viparaha Santutaha Shashvat Tatra Tatra Jagat Guru Bhavatoma Darshanam Yasya Apunartha Darshanam. Vipadaha Santutaha Shashvat, we experienced so many vipattis, so many difficulties. Shashvat, let them be constant. Let my son be poisoned again. Let our house be set on fire. No problem. May we be attacked with mind-eating demons, hitting parts of butters, etc. No problem. Let my daughter-in-law be again insulted. Not that she wants. But whenever such calamity happens, Krishna is there to come and give darshan. So, calamity is an opportunity to see Krishna. For Kunti Mata. Seeing Krishna is exciting. So, calamity is given that opportunity to see Krishna. No problem. Come, calamity, please come. Even more. No issue. Calamity is seen as an opportunity to intensify one's remembrance of Krishna and increase one's dependence on Krishna. That's the perspective of a devotee. We may not have the bandwidth to pray for more difficulties like Bhakti Mata did, but at least whatever difficulties come of their own accord naturally, let us accept them at least and let's tolerate them. Let's remember Krishna when facing those difficulties. Anyone has the bandwidth to pray for more difficulties? I don't have. You may not pray for more, but you don't have the ability to avoid whatever insists us, right? So whenever difficulties come of their own accord, without your prayer, without your desire, at least at that time take shelter of Krishna. See that as an opportunity to increase your remembrance of Krishna rather than seeing that as neglect of Krishna. So People, when they experience difficulties, they feel that Krishna doesn't love me. I am chanting Hare Krishna since long time. Why so many times difficulties? Me only. Why me only? Difficulty goes to someone else, then it's okay, but what? Why me? Why me? So many times this question comes. But Bhagavatam answers all these questions. Nothing happens randomly. Everything is a background. Now, Dhruva Maharaj's mother Suniti tells that, my dear child, please understand, whatever calamity comes in your life, whatever reversals that you face in your life, it's happening because of your own past mistake. You deserve it. You may not know it. Apparently, in that specific context, you are innocent. You have not done anything wrong. You are innocent completely. But still, it happened. Why it happened? Because you must have done some mistake 10 days back, or 20 days back, or 1 month back, or 10 years back, or 2 lifetimes back. You did something, it's coming to you now through another person, not from that person. That was in those days, postman used to be there now. Now I don't know postman people are there. I don't know. Postman would come and give DD. DD means demand draft, like they give money. So you got this money, take this cash. Postman would take it. So the postman gives you cash or an auspicious invitation or wedding invitation of your friend. You may thank the postman, but you cannot say, hey, thank you for arranging for the marriage of the friend. You cannot say that. Similarly, when postman brings a death news, you cannot chastise him saying that why did you kill my friend? Why did you kill my relative? He is not a cause, he is just a deliverer, he is just a postman. Similarly, we may get some reversal, some difficulty, some distress through another person, not from that person. Cause is as only. We have done some mistake and Krishna arranged it in such a way that we experience the distress through this person, not from this place. So we should not develop any hatred or grudge towards another person. Rather, we should understand that I deserve this difficulty and Krishna arranged it for this difficulty. That's what Krishna also said to Pandavas. Tasmadidam Daivatantram. Understand that all that has happened in your life is Daivatantram. It's orchestrated by Krishna. There are 3 types of people who suffer in this world. You know what I mean? Not here, Uttam Madhyam Garishta. 3 types of people who suffer. First category, normal conditioned souls, materialistic people who are not practicing. Why do they suffer? Karma. They have done some fruitive activities, karmic activities, they suffer because of their karma. That's very clear. Every action has a reaction. They do bad activity, they get bad reaction. They do good activity, they get good reaction. Pious activity, pious reaction. Impious activity, impious reaction. Simple. Karma is the cause, the first category. Second category, they are not karmis. They are not bekarmis. They are practicing devotional service. They are chanting Hare Krishna. They are taking darshan of the deities. They are always saying Govinda Maharaj. They are practicing bhakti. Still they suffer. Have you seen? Have you ever seen practicing devotees also suffer? Health problems, financial problems, so many kind of crises. Why do they suffer? When when Brahma said, Yasmin Dragoma Dhamendra Mahosvakarma Dhyan Rupa Palabhajan Patanoti Karmani Nirdhati Kintu Cha Bhakti Bhaja Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajan Karmani Nirdhati Kintu Cha Bhakti Bhaja. All the karma is completely destroyed and burned and still dark. Dhati means burning. Nirdhati means Nishchay Rupena. Pakka. Definitely it's going to burn to ashes. Karmani nirdhati kintu cha bhakti bhaja. When somebody takes to the path of bhakti, their karma is completely destroyed. Isn't it? But why devotees who are chanting Hare Krishna also suffer if their karma is gone? By the way, they are not suffering because of their karma. Karma is not. Because of beginning to practice bhakti. Even in sadhaka stage, you may not be perfect in bhakti. Even as a practitioner of bhakti, karma is not effective. To the degree you are practicing pure devotion and service selfless, by the way. You are not pure yet, but your intention is pure. You are not perfect yet, but you are practicing to become perfect. Then also you are on the path of pure devotional service. So, karma will not affect. If karma is not affecting a devotee, why is the devotee suffering? Because of ignorance, because of ignorance. There are so many anarthas, lust, envy, pride, greed. Even while practicing bhakti, we still have some kind of anarthas left, right? Kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya. So because of certain anarthas, traces of anarthas still lingering within the hearts of a practicing devotee, they suffer as a token reaction to their wrong kind of mentalities that are incompatible with. Yeah. Second reason why practicing devotees suffer is aparadhas. Aparadha means offense. So many offenses while practicing bhakti. We are chanting holy names of Krishna, but we commit namapadam sometimes. We may interact with devotees, but we commit Vaishnava. We may serve the deities, but we commit seva aparadha. Not being perfect in one's devotional service, in their deity service, not being clean, not being punctual, not being attentive. So many things, so many offenses in deity worship. We may go to different dhams, but we may commit dharma. We may interact with Guru, we may not be, sometimes we may take Guru for granted, or sometimes we may not give sufficient respect to Guru, or we may not follow the instructions of Guru, whatever. So, Vaishnava, Namapara, Dhamapara, Guruvapara, Sevapara, so many aparas are there because of the offenses we suffer. Practicing devotees. So, karmi suffer because of karma. Practicing devotees suffer because of anarthas and aparats. Right? We are devotees. Practicing devotees understand they are not pure yet. They still have some anarthas and aparats, therefore they suffer. Now, Pandavas are not practicing devotees. They are not sadhaka workers doing the faith, their japa. They are pure devotees. Draupadi Mata is not a practicing devotee. She is not a sadhaka worker. She is a pure devotee. Kunti Mata, pure devotee. Uttara, pure devotee. Parikshit Maharaj, pure devotee. So many pure devotees are there, even they suffer. Why do they suffer?
Well, I think
Yeah, one of you.
they suffer because the Lord wants to show to their lives something special
Okay.
about himself and his relationship with the devotee. How he comes himself to help them, or how he brings them out of this.
Any other perspective to glorify them next?
So, from to that process, that's why he said some things which, and anyhow, he have no other choice, only dependent on that, from Krishna only, that is.
Anything else?
To increase the love towards Krishna.
They're already getting. Still getting this.
The more you would suffer, the reputation for Krishna would come out. There are examples for the sadhana, how to begin.
Huh?
Examples for the sadhana, how to begin.
To set an example. Very
So they're still in material world.
but still there you are. Anyways, many of your answers are correct.
Even one of the things we like to make them feel his presence, just like Vrindavan said. The more
They are always being present.
Krishna, Vrindavan said, the more difficulties we get,
That is her humility. We cannot take it literally. Anyways, so pure devotees also experience suffering not for their purification. Practicing devotees experience suffering as a result of their anarthas and aparats, and when they suffer, they are purified of the anarthas and aparats. That's clear for practicing devotees. Pure devotees also face some reversals because, as Madhuri said, the Lord wants to show an example of pure devotee. What was said. Although my pure devotees are subjected to intense suffering like this, their house is set on fire, they're poisoned, they're killed, their property is taken away, they're sent to the forest, so many things happen to them. Still, their faith in me is never destroyed. They don't give up their faith in the Lord. So the faith of a pure devotee is never slackened. But sometimes a sadhaka bhakta's faith may be little shaken. Is Krishna really think, is my chanting really working? Is the offering that I'm giving him is reaching him? Does he need the offering that I'm giving? So a lot of doubts. Sometimes a practicing devotee is not sufficiently faithful, is not sufficiently advanced and mature, may become a little shady to the degree the practice is unstable. But pure devotees, they're not at the practice stage, they're in perfection stage. They suffer, but they won't give up their faith in Krishna. Abhimanyu died on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Uttara never questioned Krishna. Krishna, why did you give me this? If you like, you would have protected. You have the ability to protect. When you are personally present on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, when you are personally present on this planet Earth, how can a great devotee suffer like this? How can you kill my husband? Your devotee Arjun's son is Abhimanyu. And you know how much Arjun was feeling bad when Abhimanyu died. He was devastated. He just went out of his control. He became outrageous. And Krishna knows the reaction of Arjun. Why did Krishna cause the pain to Arjun by allowing Abhimanyu to be killed? Arjun never questioned Krishna. Uttara never questioned Krishna, why did he kill my husband? Or why did he allow my husband to get killed? Later, after Kurukshetra, Ashwatthama releases a Brahmastra to kill the son of Uttara, who is still within the womb of Mother Uttara. Uttara did not even give birth. This Ashwatthama shamelessly, although he was just forgiven by Mother Draupadi, Ashwatthama released the Brahmastra to kill the last descendant of Pandavas, Parikshit, who is still within the womb of Mother Uttara. Then Uttara came running towards Krishna. Krishna, please protect me. Pahi pahi mahayogi deva deva jagatpate. Nanyam pada bhayam pashye yatra mrityu parasparam. He said, I don't see anyone else who can protect me other than you. So I could have said, he did not protect my husband. Will he protect my son now? She would have lost her faith, but she has complete faith. And she says, Na anyam pada bhayam pashye yatra mrityu parasparam. When death is in front of us, no one else can protect anybody except him. She had faith. Although she just few days back she lost her husband. Devotee's faith is never shaken. Although they face some enemies. Because on a spiritual plane, the Lord is always kind and affectionate towards his devotees. Externally, on a material plane, the situation will be very unpleasant. It's very painful to experience that situation. But on a spiritual plane, Krishna always radiates his love and affection. So that faith devotee always. Pandavas never complained, Krishna, why are you allowing us to be in the forest? It seems what you want us to go through for being your devotees. We don't mind. Let us be like this. They had that faith, they had that commitment to the path of bhakti, they had that dedication. If we are desiring to become pure devotees of Krishna, we can be ready for all these tests. So he's testing our faith, it is announcing how faithful they are. Very scary for those who right? So while Pandavas are subjected to all kinds of calamities, so that their faith is announced to others. There are more reasons why would Krishna allow his devotees to suffer, pure devotees to suffer. One is to announce how faithful they are to the whole world. The reason is that it's an experience of person. Rasa, taste, mellow of relationship with Krishna. You eat one gulab jamun now, After that, the eat Rasgulla. Third, sweet. Sandesh is given. Fourth, burning. Yeah, sensation levels are increasing. You sweet and I don't give me any more. And I take this very good food rice, take this buy some things. Take it, you should take 6 shoot. I can take it. But in the place of 6 seed, you get some namkeen fish potato chips. You get it. Or eat some vegetable. That's very appealing to you after eating series of sweets. Right? Similarly, in a relationship, if only happy moments are there, I feel little monotonous. Some fights, some quarrels, some arguments, some pains, and little pleasures that will make it more balanced. Right? Love of Krishna is experienced in 2 ways: the happiness of meeting and the distress of separation. Therefore, Krishna purposely keeps his devotees in separation and allows them to experience the distress of separation so that their happiness in meeting will be enhanced, multiplied further. Something similar to what Prabhu said. That is another reason why the Lord purposely keeps them in separation. Even the Brahmins are separated apparently. They are experiencing Vipralambha, prasakti. On a material plane, suffering is suffering, happiness is also suffering. On a spiritual plane, happiness is happiness, distress is also happiness. The pain of distress on a spiritual plane is also cause of pleasure for parent devotees. Because, because in separation from the beloved or in a distressful situation, their absorption in the beloved will increase 10 times, 10x, 100x. So, to enhance the pleasure, sometimes there is some pain. I give the example of eating series of sweets and then eating some namkeen cheese or some spicy stuff. Now, you are eating sweet after sweet, but you eat one mirch and your throat is burning. Nayanam galadashru dharaya it's happening to you. Then somebody gives you the 6th sweet, then you can take it. So after eating mirchi, sweet is really sweet. After eating 10 sweets, sweet is not that sweet. It's boring. Similarly, after experiencing some pain, when a devotee experiences some pain, and then Krishna comes to relieve the devotee from that pain, then the relationship with Krishna and devotee will increase. Something like what it's like that. Krishna is an experiencer for us. Krishna is the giver of experience for us. So Krishna enjoys in the sick plane and spiritual place. And sometimes that enjoyment is made possible through pain, sometimes through pleasure. It's not always pleasure. But ultimately speaking, even that pain is also pleasure only. And that is Krishna. So we need to be spiritually more evolved to experience pleasure in pain on a spiritual plane. Otherwise, we see that it's injustice, very clearly it's injustice. By giving this interpretation, by giving Rasgulla, Gulab Jamun, Mirchi, and all these examples, it's words very like that. We need little spiritual maturity to understand that even pain on that plane is pleasure. Mummy Devi, you are devotee of Krishna. She suffers. She suffers so much because of demonic things. Then she takes the form of a cow and goes to Krishna. Krishna, I'm suffering, please. Then the Lord says, don't worry, I will come in a human form to relieve you from suffering. He need not come in a human form, by the way. Sitting there in Vaikuntha, Gauranga can kill all these fellows. If they are as Paramatma in their hearts, he can just withdraw his Paramatma expansion, everybody will collapse. He could have done it, but he wouldn't do it. So let me come in a human form as Krishna, as Ram. Then I will walk barefoot on your surface, and my barefoot will touch your surface. And earth is in ecstasy. Kavasahedayam purushottamस्य premavalokaruchirasmitamalikujalpai स्थैर्यं समारभावं मधुमानिनेन रोमोत्सवो मम यदग्रिविटङ्किताय. Of all the devotees of Krishna, One devotee got the maximum association of Krishna during Krishna's manifest pastimes. You know, who is that? Yes. Who is that Krishna? Rather, she got the least association. Apparently. Next. Balram, okay. Uddhava, next. Huh? Sorry? He's correct. Bhumi Devi. Balramji, of course, but still there's some separation sometimes. He's in his own person, Balram has his Rasalila, Krishna has his Rasalila. Gopis are in separation for a century. Their association is one for 1 decade, then there is a century of separation. Uddhava, first 10 years he did not meet Krishna, after that only he met Krishna. And whenever Krishna goes to Hastinapur, Uddhava is in separation with Dwaraka. But wherever Krishna is, whether in Vrindavan or Mathura, Hastinapur or Dwaraka, Bhumi Devi is always in touch with Bhumi Devi. So she got the maximum association with Krishna. Now she is relishing all these fine moments, intimate moments that she had with Krishna. And especially in Vrindavan, Krishna would be wearing shoes also. He barely touching Bhumi Devi. So Archangel he wears shoes. Bhumi is separated from Krishna's pannies, whatever is the thickness of Krishna's shoe. Right? So when the Bhumi Devi goes and prays to Krishna, Krishna please come and protect me. And Krishna comes in a human form, he extends himself, he expands himself and comes here and performs pastimes on Bhumi Devi. She got some special experience. Right? That's experience of person. So if Krishna relieves Bhumi from suffering from there only, Bhumi would not be so excellent. This is the experience of prasad. Even experience of calamity is an experience of the sweetness of Krishna's relationship. If only we have that perspective. Krishna could have protected Bhumi in many ways. Just like mother always loves the child. No, however, when the child is sick, has some fever, severe fever, or some cough or some other disease, then the mother's attention in attending to the child's needs increases. So during that sickness phase, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, mother's expression of love for the child becomes intense, and the child's experience of love from the mother also becomes intense. Right? If there is no disease, that experience will not be there. That enhanced experience will not be there. Similarly, if there are no difficulties in the lives of devotees, that increased experience of Krishna's love, either through expression or reception, will not be there. Therefore, calamity should exist in the lives of devotees. Therefore, Krishna keeps his pure devotees also in reversals and difficulties so that he experiences rasa with them. So these are various perspectives. Therefore, we should not lose our faith in Krishna. We should not give up our trust on Krishna's intentions and integrity just because we are experiencing some calamity. Rather, we should intensify our remembrance of Krishna and increase our dependence on Krishna, become more and more prayerful and committed to the path of bhakti and we experience this. Not hate difficulties, embrace difficulties. You may not pray for more, but whatever comes and thereof, let pass as Krishna's grace. And the bandwidth, the capacity to not get overwhelmed by those difficulties, but experience Krishna's mercy amidst those difficulties comes by regular discussion of Krishna's Nama, Rupa, Guna, Leela with other devotees. When we discuss about Krishna, Krishna's Nama, Rupa, Guna, Leela with other devotees, that equips us with the necessary ability, that equips our consciousness with the necessary maturity to see misery as a mercy of Krishna. As misery. And misery is perceived as mercy. There is misery. You are not miserable. Misery is there, but you are not miserable. Calamity is there, you are not affected by it. You are not overwhelmed by it. You are happy, you are grateful. Even in practice stage also, when I am experiencing some difficulty, thank God. Krishna, thank you for giving me this difficulty. By experiencing this difficulty, I will get rid of all whatever little anarthas, traces of anarthas and aparas that I have, karma, but all it's there, it will be exhausting. Tatyeva kampam susamikshavano jana eva atmatam vipakam. Atmatam vipakam. Namaste, so Brahma also says, whenever a devotee experiences some difficulty or calamity in life, devotee understands that Namaste, with my words, with my body, with my mind, I should just offer obeisance to Krishna, understanding that I am experiencing this calamity as a result of my own past mistakes. Let me just stick to the process of and understand that it's happening by my own past mistakes. It's a that is the perspective of everybody. Let's not misunderstand Krishna. Let's not doubt Krishna's intentions and integrity just because we are experiencing some difficulties. Let's take responsibility for our miseries. This is the result of my own past mistake, and Krishna arranged it for my own purification. Let me not lose faith in Krishna. Let me stick to the process of Krishna Katha with other devotees so that I remain unaffected with the difficulties although they exist. Krishna Rama Katha. With this we conclude. Ratharaj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada. The whole day I was speaking. It was also in this is the third class. For my house spoken. Any questions?
How do we overcome the amount of ignorance if we go into
If you elevate in Sattvagun, ignorance, Tamogun is the lowest good. Opposite is Sattvagun. And how do you cultivate Sattvagun? Next question. By associating with people correct. Any other questions?
We will manage to.
Yeah, Samana.
If we couldn't solve the if we couldn't manage to meet any devotee, for example, I anyone cannot able to interact with any kind of any devotee. So what should I do in that case?
Call them, you have one fix. Zoom call there is. If you can personally meet, you can always stay in touch with them and so on. Or have a book, make friendship with the book. Make friendship with Srimad Bhagavatam. That's person Bhagavatam. In the book Bhagavatam. If you cannot meet a person Bhagavatam, that's book Bhagavatam. There are videos everywhere. So in Kali the accessibility that we have towards holy name, our devotees, our guru is intense. The olden days, the Ramadacharya or Madhvacharya, they would initiate some disciple in some corner, some little village in South India. They will go there. The disciples would not even know the whereabouts of their guru. Whatever instructions Guru has given to them, they carry them within their heart and they will live by following the instructions for the rest of their lives. With absolutely no certainty of when will they meet their Guru next. How? The instructions are recorded, video recorded, written, transcribed, they are all with us. And we know where the Guru is. Guru is giving live class on the other side of the globe, we can hear them sitting here. And then we have more access to devotees, more access to Guru, more access to books. When I just joined ashram, 2009. Later we shifted to GV. I didn't have a personal Bhagavatam set those days. And we had one library that has an Bhagavatam sets. I would borrow one Bhagavatam volume from library and I would just read, take notes. And after 1 or 2 weeks, the teacher will ask me to written book. I will just increase the pace of my study, take notes and then return the book. After a couple of years, I got the Bhagavatam. But devotee has given me Maharaj's heart. So I took it and I had my own leisure. But when it was very scarce. And in those days, we didn't have internet also. We didn't have personal laptop also. There is 1 GB Vodafone modem. 1 GB means 1 month, 1 GB download capacity. For the entire ashram, by the way, not one person. For the entire ashram, we had one modem. That is like 1 GB capacity for 1 month in GB. And after that, sugar level come only. Whereas 1 GB or 2 GB doesn't matter. So with that standards, we studied Harvard universities. Now there is profuse access. Every mobile phone has entire algorithm set ready. But the epitome of the algorithm, 15 years ago, accessibility is less. But enthusiasm is more. But enthusiasm is rare now. And accessibility is profuse. So there is a way, there is a way. Anyways, is it answer your question?
Probably my question will be little more deep and not really directly connected with this, but since it's coming in my mind. On Home Vrindavan, the difference between Home Vrindavan and Guru Vrindavan. In Home Vrindavan, there are demons, since we spoke of so many demons and calamities. In Guru Vrindavan, no demons and no calamities. So how does that affect the rasa between Krishna and his devotees?
There, yeah, very good question. Two things. Because the demons are not there, Janmashtami is not there. So Krishna comes to this material world, sometimes to fight with demons and experience Virya Rasa. And also he comes to this world to celebrate his birthday. There's no evidence there in spiritual world. So the Homa Vrindavan pastimes also are eternal pastimes. They're part of Krishna's Nitya. Wherever he is experiencing spiritual pastimes. Right? That's one. Secondly, in Goloka Vrindavan, because demons are not there, how will Rasa be experienced? This Rasa is experienced through meeting and inspiration. There are some loving quarrels between Radha and Krishna. Krishna will go and spend time with another gopi, and Radharani becomes unhappy. She comes with a chariot which is driven by a million horses, filled with some billion gopis to fight with Krishna. And Krishna will run away from her. And the gopi with whom Krishna is spending time, she will become a river. And there's a lot of drama there happening.
And what,
Vrindavan, like once Radha and Krishna went to a tree, Radharani asked the tree, give me a fruit. You don't have to climb the tree and pluck the fruit. Radharani asked, give me a fruit. The tree has to bend its branches and then offer fruits in the hands of Radha. But Krishna went behind Radha and said, and he says, then the tree should follow the instruction of Krishna or Radha. Yes. Like all of you said, tree offered fruits to Radha and was Krishna. Krishna was more happy with the tree because tree gave more importance to Radha than himself. Right? Such loving quarrels and dates will happen. Demons will not be there, but when demons experience Krishna will come. Like we fix for us.
okay. Also, Prabhuji, there is no time factor. In
There is time,
there is no,
but it doesn't. That time doesn't cause duration of things like this. Kalos milo kakshaya pravruti. Time factor
there
is
is day and night, there is moon and sun.
yes, there are seasons.
There is moon and sun.
That's what I'm saying.
Sun and moon are there, but they are not the devatas like in this material world. They are part of Krishna's pastimes. Childhood is there. So they are part of Krishna's pastimes. Daytime is there, nighttime is there, sun is there, moon is there. Different other original spiritual counterparts of the devatas are there. Only to facilitate Krishna's pastimes rather than just being in a post for 1 month or etc. Any
So
other
the duration only is not there, but the
time doesn't cause any deterioration, no destruction because of time. But time facilitates Krishna's pastimes. Evening time is there, daytime is there.
Thank you.
Samji, that one thing even last time you explained and we are going to repeat it. That difficulty doesn't come from a person, it comes through the person. So knowing that, it makes us more peaceful and we don't, look at anyone as our
Blame.
Enemy.
we don't blame. But what is
Blame is required.
we don't think anyone as our enemy in some.
But what is the position of that person who's causing us the?
He has experienced suffering.
But why? Because he is being used as an instrument.
From your perspective, he is an instrument of your karma. From his perspective, he is misusing his independence. Krishna is so expert that when I design a slap, he'll find somebody who has a tendency to slap people and he'll bring him in closer to him. He'll slap. For slapping me, he will experience reaction. And I experience reaction of my past. Right? So Krishna is such an expert optimizer of resources and people that he will bring a person who has a tendency to cause suffering to others in contact with a person who is supposed to experience suffering. For causing suffering to this person has to suffer in future. And for this person, he is experiencing suffering only as a result of his past mistake. But if he maintains grudge towards this person, then he experiences suffering in future. Okay. But he has to take an action against this person. It is required. Karma dynamics are very.
So one is getting rid of the karma and the other is incurring them in a way.
Coming one more question, like I always relate the relation between the Lord and us, Jivana, as simple as a mother and a child relation. So a mother would never want to give a child a calamity so that the child becomes more dependent on the mother. Mother will always protect from every single calamity. Why does the Lord have to play that?
Mother scolded me so many times. He chastised me so many times.
That was.
That was. That was in reciprocation with a mischievous nature. Similarly, when a living being is mischievous, naughty, misbehavior, misusing independence, Krishna will pull guide. Not out of grudge, not out of hatred, but to rectify that person's mistake.
Don't you mention about pure devotees also, that we should give them calamities?
Oh, they are not mischievous.
It's a question like.
Okay. Why would he cause difficulty to pure devotee? Conditions are fine, they make mistakes. Practicing devotee, fine, because they have some anarthas and dhammas. Why pure devotee? Perspective. Krishna will create situations in the lives of pure devotees in such a way that he will experience rasa, they will experience rasa in that situation. That's Krishna's expertise, rasa. Does it answer the question? Convincing, is it convincing?
When someone chastises you, how to be calm and to hear your mistake, and you have to be like, I don't.
When someone chastises us, generally, when somebody says something or does something which you don't like, the immediate reaction is an impulsive reaction where we want to defend ourselves or attack another person. So I have a simple formula, the Dale formula. Dale. Dale, to avoid danger. D for delay. Don't immediately respond impulsively. Delay, pause, take a pause. So take a pause, delay. In the delay time, A, analyze the situation. Analyze the cause of their behavior. Analyze the consequence of your impulsive response. Analyze the past, analyze the future. Analyze the past in the sense that why did this person behave like this with me? Do some analysis. And if I impulsively respond to him, what would be the consequence? So do that analysis. D for delay. In the delay, you analyze and R, refine it. Refine your response. Once you do some analysis, your response will be more refined. Till now, you only thought from your side. Last point is think from their side. E for empathize. You should empathize with the other person. Maybe, although I am not at mistake, after an analysis, you understand that he's at mistake, I am not at mistake. But still, he's behaving like this. Probably that person is under some pressure. Try to empathize with him. Try to see the situation from their side. So, you can apply this date formula. Respond in a more composed way, balanced.
What is it? Delay, analyze, respond,
Refine your response.
and then else.
Can change the order of things. Yes.
And devotee are working as to learn. So,
You don't have a.
no, devotees are working. What way to say?
It's an astrology is a bona fide science, provided the astrologer is bona fide. He is knowledgeable, he is wise, experienced. He has pure intentions, not just extracting money. To that degree, astrological science is bona fide. However, how much should we depend on it depends on timely circumstances and candidates. I don't know much about it. However, primary faith is in Krishna. As a matter of circumstance, we may do something, but primarily we are dependent on Krishna. And Krishna's decision is superior to destiny.
It is lack of faith.
And you have no say about it. Somebody is going to ask you. No comments on it. It's a bona fide science. Depends. Timely circumstance we may use.
Just a follow-up on this, you said that devotees don't come under the burden of karma. So if astrology is based on karma, then how will someone predict what?
When you say devotee, we are talking about devotees who are practicing not pure devotional service. But devotional service are bhaktis having so many mixtures. There's karma mishra bhakti, jnana mishra bhakti, yoga mishra bhakti, bhakti mishra karma, bhakti mishra jnana, bhakti mishra yoga, sakama bhakti, artha bhakti, jignasa bhakti. Then we have tamasic bhakti, rajasic bhakti, sattvic bhakti. Which shade of bhakti does the devotee belong to? That also matters. So that's I don't have much idea about this astrology and karma.
Next class is this one.
So we are supposed to do the you are curious to know about all this stuff, but let's start with pure bhakti only. We are interested by this topic. The shades of bhakti, grey shades of bhakti. That's how we are.
Why does it happen? We do bhakti, right? We do chanting and all, but still when there is some difficulty, we feel ki why is it difficulty comes? Why I'm facing this problem? Is it because I am not doing proper bhakti, no chanting or something? Why?
Many times consciously or unconsciously we think that when I do bhakti, I should not have any difficulty. That's the default setting in the mind. Whether there is difficulty or not, let me do bhakti. That should be the default setting. Irrespective of the external circumstances, I should stick to the lotus feet of Krishna. Let's change that setting. But common setting in many Indians is you do bhakti, Krishna means. And in fact, I go to do bhakti only to avoid difficulties. When there is happiness, moment, let's go to film. Let's go to movie. There's justice moment, let's go to film. Okay. Our movies are also filled with that. Whenever the hero gets difficulty, then only he will go to the temple. Then now the girls will come. Then only rain will come. Then only thunder will come. And then the screen will go in all directions. And then in happy moment, some duet or some kind of song will come, exciting song. So that's a default setting of an average Indian probably.
Prabhuji, some people with minimal bhakti, this is my experience, I have seen, of course, we are into Krishna consciousness, we are chanting, we are initiated, etc. Okay, but I have seen people who do not do anything of such kind, and on a material platform, if they want something very intense, very high, and they will just light two agarbatti, and that's it. Ek Hanuman Chalisa pada, next day, their desire is satisfied. And yet, you say, this, and Prabhuji, they very, how should I say, see, you are chanting 24/7 and what is happening to you? And see us. So they say that.
That should not shake our Islam and Bhakti first mind. Second thing is, for the case that you presented is extremely rare and exceptional. It will not happen with every average human being.
Prabhuji, my kids have seen 5 cases like this.
So, I don't, I'm 15, I have time, right? There are millions of people in this, right? That's very rare case, it cannot happen like this. Happens also, it's there in the karma, it will happen.
Also faith must be there, faith also.
It is like a lottery. It is like a lottery.
Today's class spoke of so many difficulties Pandavas are getting and still they are not shaking their faith because they are.
No, my faith is not shaken. I'm not confused, but I'm just talking about why it is.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Krishna, meeting is over. Prabhuji
Okay.